Okay, powdered donuts, sugar candy, welcome back. It is me. It is the new space. It is the new time. Welcome to the ReUp. My name is Jason Delgado, coming to you live from the brand new, hopefully hearing me clearly or see me studios in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Thank you for joining us once again on the ReUp in the new space. We're hoping that this little bit of time off allowed me to do something besides just get plump and do nothing. And one of the things it did allow me to do is redo the office. So the studio does now have a bit better soundproofing for better sound quality, we hope. And other than that, it's just still me. We're doing our best here, out here in these streets. It's been a very, very busy little vacation time. It's been very, very fun and good and exciting. So much to talk about. I was in New York. Hey, what's up, New York? And so that was very, very cool. And New York was great to see. It's one of those things where I didn't get to go to the city because of all the quarantine. But I did get to see my family and to get to hang out. I was recently fortunate enough to get my parents and my brother, who all live in the household back in New York, a 65-inch television, 4K banana. And so we were able to enjoy some movies. I figured, we're not going to be going out, eating dinners, doing anything, so we might as well do maximum home entertainment. Maximum. And so, it was nice. We hung out at home, got to see the fam, got to play with the new TV. Did a little gaming, did a little movie watching, did a little cheesecake making. It was very, very fun. One of the things about being home, the revitalizing of the spirit and the sort of, seeing your parents and seeing your family. And I got to see my uncle and my grandmother and, keeping social distance where possible and, keeping masks on and stuff like that. But still, man, just to see, family and to re-up in that way, where you see kind of how they're dealing with it, how you're dealing with it. And it's like, oh man, Apple's right next to that tree. You know what I mean? Like where you lose their mind, they lose their mind. And, I kind of learned a lot about myself every time I go home and seeing my parents as they get older and I'm getting older and kind of trying to understand, what are you going to be like when you get grumpy and old? But I'm hoping that I can keep my dad's sense of humor and my mom's spirit, because they are both very, very impressive for their age. My mother recently celebrated her birthday, 65. It's a blessing. So I was very happy to go home and do a little bit of celebrating with her. I made a cheesecake as part of the event. This is the only thing I do baking-wise, is I make an excellent cheesecake. It's like a flan French burnt basque. It's delicious. I will not share the recipe because I am keeping it for special occasions only. It's online. You can find it anywhere. My ancestors passed it, but no. You can find it online. Burnt Basque cheesecake. It is excellent. The version I found was from foodwishes.com. That guy is very great. Lots of good, fun stuff. But anyway, delicious cheesecake. I do a little something on top. I add a little bit of my own whipped cream and some berries just to give it that little, maybe a little vanilla ice cream. I'm telling you, tremendous stuff. So the cheesecake was a huge hit. Speaking of sense of humors, and I gave my father the cheesecake. I gave him a piece first, and I was like, hey, man, tell me what you think. And he was eating it, and he goes, man, Jay, I'm really proud of you. And my mom goes, finally. Nailed it. College was cool, but this cheesecake. But no, it was great. We had a fun time. We ate a lot of cheesecake. I got plump off of cheesecake and love. It was beautiful. Got to see my bro, who is trained and larger and more massive and more built than ever before. Again, reading up with the family. It's just great to kind of see. I don't get to go home but every couple months, and so it's nice to kind of see in that 6 months, 4 month span how things grow and adapt. And it's like everybody kind of stays the same but changes a little bit. My mom went through the COVID-19 months ago, and now she's, back on her feet. But you could tell that 2 weeks where she had to be home, it definitely made her a calmer being. She used to do laps around the foyer just to not do anything. But there's nothing to do. I got to move. But now, she's calm. She's able to relax. We're able to watch TV. It's very, very different. So it's good to see that there is some good things coming out of this crazy time. So being home, excellent. I highly recommend it for those who haven't done it in a while. It's nice to go home. I have a little itinerary here now that I have an office. I'm professional. But there's so many things to do I wanted to talk about. One of the things specifically, I hope everybody had a great July 4th weekend. I had a very amazing July 4th weekend. Not me in particular, but by proxy. My roommate, brother, and friend, Ernest Cravassos, was in the #1 movie in the nation. It's extremely exciting. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend The Outpost, available at drive-in theaters and local streaming services everywhere. But he, months ago, went to Bulgaria, shot this movie. It was delayed, then the COVID and all that. And then they decided to release it on July 4th for certain theaters and streaming services. And it exploded. Everybody watched it. It became the #1 movie in the nation. And with Hamilton that came out this week. So incredible. Incredible for him. He's in the movie. He has lines. I see him. I hear him. His nose is in focus. It's amazing. It's just great to see a buddy, for years. We're out here in the struggle. We do these, even though I have professional looking walls, I'm just the guy out here struggling. Even though I have black curtains, I'm a guy out here struggling. But no, there is a part of it where, we're out here in the grind, working our day job, trying to get to the dream job. For me, it's entertainment, it's movie making, it's comedy, it's producing, it's shows. And for him, it's acting, producing, writing, creating. It's always a dream to be, imagine coming out to Hollywood from Texas to be a movie star. And he did it, man. He's in the #1 movie in the nation, The Outpost. Highly recommend you watch it. And it was like an entourage surreal weekend. We're like checking out the box office numbers on our cell phones. They went to go see it at a drive-in, and they had to pack a cooler with like sandwiches. I was like, this is just like Entourage when they packed a cooler to go to the Valley. It was just surreal. It was just a surreal experience of things to go through. And it was great. It was amazing. I was so happy for him. We got to see the movie like a week or so ago, and I loved it. I said, you're going to do great. It's going to do great. And it has. And I'm very happy. And I guess I bring this up just to give him some daps and props, but also just to remind you, these ideas that we have, they're just ideas. We're coming out with this stuff in the dark. You never know how things are going to turn out, what's going to show up, what's not going to show up, what things are going to go this way, what things are going to go that way. That was up and down for those not watching. But you never know, man. It could go south, it could go north. And so to be in the pocket, staying focused, believing in yourself, and keeping faith, keeping positive attitude, faith, and belief in your abilities and in yourself and in the voice in the back of your head that tells you to persevere and keep going, that led to this. #1 movie in the nation. From Texas. Doing nothing. Well, he was in the Army, but, working out of nothing. Trying to, make his way to be a Hollywood star. And now he's here doing that. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's amazing stuff. It just refocuses that ability or that belief to believe in yourself, or that ability to believe in yourself, I should say. I'm flustered. But you have to. You have to believe in yourself despite what outside 5th century data tells you. Despite being broke, despite being, 1 million people come out there and nobody's going to make it. I had an idea where I wanted to play the Comedy Store. I wanted to be in a sold-out room on a Saturday night at the biggest club in Los Angeles doing my bippity-bippities. And it's just an idea you say to yourself in the mirror, and then you persevere and you work, and then all of a sudden, pakachum. You know what I mean? And now the next level is what I want to do now, but to see, like, what's the next level? It's like, oh my God, can I do that? And it's the same thing. We forget because it's just the level of it just seems giant. And when I look at his level, #1 movie in the nation, that's like a mountain moving, And if you can believe in that hard enough, and you could persevere any thoughts that 5th century input are telling you that are against that, and just go and push past that and believe in yourself, I'm telling you, man, mountains move. Mountains move. So, I'm here to testify. You can get a beautiful office and the #1 nation, #1 movie in the nation, if you believe in yourself. So, that was very, very fun. And I'm very, very happy for him. I was, just reinforces belief in good people, doing good things, believing in themselves, and getting positive results. I'm telling you, it's true. Do it. Try it. Affirmations. But it was amazing and it was fun. And then the latter part of the weekend was a little bit of a downer, a little bit of a Debbie Downer. Nothing too bad. I mean, we're blessed. But there is this game I had been looking forward to tremendously called The Last of Us 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's a joke. But it is called The Last of Us 2, and it is the sequel to The Last of Us 1. And Last of Us 1 is just a triumph. It's just a triumph of cinematic gaming storytelling. This is gamer talk, by the way. And I played The Last of Us 2 with such excitement and such vigor. And I bought the special edition banana with the fur. And despite the graphics just being incredible, and some of the most memorable battles and sequences, and the tension, and the graphics, and the sound, and the music, and the storytelling, and the cinematics, and the visceral nature of the gameplay, I cannot say I enjoyed the experience. Finishing the game was unenjoyable. You know, it was trying to make a statement about, I don't want to ruin it in case people do want to play it, but I think the game is trying to make a statement about how violence and the cycle of violence continues, and if we don't stop it and make peace with ourselves, you know, it'll just continue and consume us all as a people. But I want to play a video game, you know, and so like at that point, I think it turns to too much of a lesson and too much of an experience that is not conducive to a gaming enjoyment, you know what I mean? It's like appreciation versus enjoyment. Like I appreciate what they're doing and the emotion that they're conveying to me while I'm on the sticks. Violence is bad. While I cut somebody. But at the same time, I want to experience that. I want to experience that sort of visceral release of being involved in a video game where I can kind of, you know, fend for my life or try to survive or try to escape. And it's in the escape that sort of moral ambiguity can be dismissed, because it's like we're out to survive and live. The bad guys are the ones trying to stop us. We're the good guys. But in this, it'd be like, who's bad? Who's good? Who's right? Who's wrong? Is killing even right anymore? Now do it for 10 hours. And it was beautiful. It was amazing and it was fun. But I think the game hit a point where it should have stopped. It should have stopped and left it. And I don't want to be too spoilery, but there's a part where they focus on a map in a house on a table at the end, and they would have stopped there. They could have left it and had this nice ambiguity for, ooh, is violence right? Is violence wrong? Will they do it? Will they not? But instead, they just went all the way and they doubled down. It became like Rambo at the end. And then dirty. I just did not enjoy the experience of finishing the game. Playing the game, going through the game, amazing, amazing, compelling, and rich. And plays better than anything. I mean, just plays so tight and chunky and firm. And I appreciated it. But it just wasn't enjoyable to finish. It was too long. It spoke on things that I just didn't want to experience while I was just having fun playing a game on a Sunday. And I don't know if that's just me, like, oh, you're short-sighted. Games shouldn't always be about fun. Maybe, but no. Games are supposed to be fun. That's why they're games. Excuse me, and the game was fun. It was very enjoyable. But it didn't hit that point where I said, you know, we are teetering on tedium. You know, violence tedium. And, but just incredible. Just visually incredible. So visceral, you know. I just wish it was shorter. Was a little bit better to finish. Had a nicer, more uplifting banana at the end. But it just didn't. So, The Last of Us 2, 8.5 out of 10. I will tell you, it's just so good to play. So nice to feel. But then to finish it and to go through, and then the lesson. The lesson! We don't need this, please. Come on. We're trying to play games. What was incredible, and did give you the feeling of emotional upliftment and excitement, was the Hamilton film. I watched Hamilton on Disney+. And it was incredible. I was lucky enough to see Hamilton with the original cast on the Broadway. The Broadway, I like to call it. But on Broadway, I saw it with the original cast, you know, and me and my mom went all the way in the back row. It was a great experience because it was a really, really cold night. And everybody had like mountains of coats on top of them. They were watching the show. But because we were all the way in the back, the entire back row was just empty, you know, to put nothing. So everybody just put their coats back there. So we were watching it very palatially. It was excellent. But But the movie did an incredible job of showing and feeling what it was like to be at the play. It was exactly like it, man. The feelings where where your eyes focus is where they decide to focus the camera. Caught things I missed. They cut things I liked. Looking at you, Hercules Mulligan. But beautiful. Beautiful, emotionally moving, funny, uplifting, hopeful. That's one of the things. It's a show about, the founding fathers, and they do a little immigration, and there's rap. And so you think, oh, maybe it's kitschy, and it's kind of like, it's just for, New York elitists. Brr. But it's not. It's uplifting, and it touches on everyone. It touches on everybody trying to do something with their life and trying to take their shot and having circumstances being against them, still persevering and still making it. It's a beautiful thing, and it's something that I like to have in my art. I like art that inspires me to keep going. Go on, because you're going to make it. If you persevere and you believe in yourself and you have the heart, it opens. The door opens, and then you kick it. But if you have art that sort of imposes like everything is bad and dreary unless we do something, I can't sit with that too long. And when you have this joke, 2 towns, 1 river. Let's go see 2 towns, 1 river. It's the most depressing movie ever. I don't want to see movies like that. I want to see entertainment that's uplifting and excitement and gives me something. Even if it's a Debbie Downer and it gives me something of a pain, it gives me some sense of a balm with that pain, something that lets me know it's going to be better and have hope. And that was one of the things with Hamilton, just gave a lot of hope. And despite all the terrible things that happened to him, the perseverance and the ability to kind of make those tragedies something that was a positive, it was really, really uplifting. And it had good rap. Good rap! Yeah, the songs are great. It's super funny. I highly recommend it. So I can half-heartedly recommend The Last of Us. I think you should buy it and play it if you're a gamer, even if you haven't already, just because it's so nice to play for that first 20, 30 hours. But then, and then Hamilton, Disney Plus, totally worth it. Amazing. Highly recommended. The Outpost, #1 movie in the nation with my boy Ernest Cavazos. Highly recommend we see that. And that's all we've really done so far. We're going to be doing a little more gaming now. I got this new office with my new rig. I got a bit of a widescreen monitor, so I'm going to be trying some of the widescreen games. I got the new Tomb Raider. It might be old, but the newest Tomb Raider. A couple games I never finished, like Grand Theft Auto, Spider-Man. So I'm going to be putting out some game videos, trying to keep it fresh and fun and some of the things I'm doing. Going to be working on the new shows. We're going to be doing a little animated support. Don't tell anyone, but it's very exciting. And yeah, we're going to be using the office space to kind of tell those stories and keep in touch. And, hopefully everything came out good mic-wise and sound-wise. And, it was a fun little 2-week vacation, but your boy is back, I promise. You're going to watch me slowly slim down. And we'll see. Yeah, but I'm feeling super plumpy and juicy. I don't know, but I definitely feel like I could use a run. I actually went and I got a mask so that I can go running. I was so against it, but I finally broke. Not that I'm against masks and wearing them, but I just feel like if I buy a mask, then it's a real thing. But unfortunately, it is a real thing. So wear masks, buy masks, protect yourself and others, and keep listening to the ReUp. This has been so much fun talking to you, getting back up into the thing. You're going to see more of me and hear more of me, and hopefully we'll have a good time kind of breaking it down each week. But we're going to call it there. Thank you for listening this far along. This was super fun. My name is Jason Delgado. This has been the ReUp, and we will hear, see, feel, be with you on the next one. Stay up, yo.